In a special weekend session, the African Union unanimously decided that incumbent African leaders be exempted from prosecution by the International Criminal Court. The AU says Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy William Ruto, who are both charged with crimes against humanity, should not appear before the court, at least until they are out of office. My colleague Paul Sisco has more.
The key players were all there. Zimbabwe's President Robert Mugabe, Rwandan President Paul Kagame, Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni, and Sudanese President Omar al-Bashir, who has been indicted by the ICC and is wanted for crimes against humanity. The leaders were called to Addis Ababa to discuss a new relationship with the International Criminal Court at The Hague. The meeting began a day after Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta said his trial should be thrown out of court.
He has cooperated fully with the court up until now. Are the circumstances different? Absolutely, totally, completely different. Before, he wasn't the head of state of the republic. Today, he is the head of state of the republic. It's going to be the first time that a serving head is brought before any court of any kind, not just here, but anywhere in the world.
In his address to the members, President Kenyatta said the ICC is race hunting and the toy of declining imperial powers, adding, "We want to see the ICC as fair and even-handed, but what can we do when everyone but Africa is exempt from accountability?" Ethiopian Prime Minister and current AU Chairman Hailemariam Desalegn.
And the unfair treatment that we have been subjected to by the ICC is completely unacceptable. Once again, I would like to note that Africa has and never will support impunity of leaders who willfully murder their own people. It is regrettable that the numerous proposals that we have presented within the framework of the Rome Statute to address these issues have been totally ignored.
The African leaders agreed that court proceedings should be deferred for at least 1 year, and a delegation was selected to take that message to the United Nations Security Council. African Union Commission Chairperson Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma.
The UN Security Council and the ICC should work with us to enable the elected leadership of Kenya to fulfill their constitutional obligations by urgently considering deferment of the ICC proceedings against the President and Vice President of Kenya in accordance with Article 16 of the Rome Statutes. This will also allow the leadership of Kenya to ensure that the country does not slide back into violence and instability.
The AU firmly says it will not allow a sitting head of government to be prosecuted by the ICC or any other international tribunal. The move has been criticized by international and Kenyan human rights groups. In a strongly worded rebuttal, Nobel Peace Prize winner Archbishop Desmond Tutu warned, "Those leaders looking to skirt the court are effectively looking for a license to kill, maim, and oppress their own people without consequences, and that leaving the ICC would be a tragedy for Africa." Another African Nobel Peace Prize winner and former UN Secretary General Kofi Annan also spoke out against the AU.
No one speaks for the victims. If they fight the ICC, vote against the ICC, withdraw their cases, it will be a badge of shame for each and every one of them and for their countries if they do that. I am therefore concerned by recent efforts to portray the court as targeting Africa. I know this is not the case. In 4 of the cases on Africa before the court, African leaders themselves made the referral to the ICC.
President Kenyatta's trial is scheduled to begin November 12th. Paul Sisco, VOA News.